What's good, y'all? Welcome back. It's O.D.D.I.T.Y. This is The Craft. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you hit subscribe below. Make sure you hit that like button. Leave a comment. Let me know how you feel about what I'm about to say.
For the cash, others do it for the passion. Is you working on your craft? Is you really about that action? The Craft. Welcome.
This episode, we're going to get to talking about why, as a rap artist, you should listen to your studio engineers. Now, when I say listen to your studio engineers, I'm not saying that you should do everything that they tell you to do. I'm not saying that they should be the ones who create the entire song and have the entire creative input on how the song comes out. What I'm saying is, a lot of you guys think you are more experienced than you really are, especially those of you beginning who haven't been in the studio too much. And you're going to studio engineers who know what they're talking about. And when they are giving you constructive criticism, you can't take it. And that's why your songs are coming out like shit. It's not the production. The production is fire. You know the production's fire. That's why you chose the beat. It's you. And it could be multiple reasons why it's you, starting with your delivery. So I've been in studios before. I've been in sessions with just myself and also with multiple artists where we're doing a song together, or I'm just sitting in and watching somebody record. An artist is in the booth and the energy isn't there. So the studio engineer is giving advice about how an artist can deliver better, and the artist is just fighting. It's like headbutting in the studio when the best studio environment is collaboration. The worst thing you can do is to go unprepared and not know how you want to deliver, and then not be receptive to the studio engineer's advice. Just think about this. A lot of studio engineers are musicians. They play multiple instruments, or they just have a really good ear for music. And that's what they do. They sit in that chair in that studio space, engineering for a living. So for you to disregard what they're saying and not even give consideration is hindering and halting your growth as an artist, and ultimately prohibiting your song from being as great as it can be. Another example of something that a studio engineer might critique an artist in the studio, and that artist, I've seen a lot of artists kind of fight back on this, is with ad-libs. So sometimes artists can overdo ad-libs or underdo ad-libs. And I know personally myself, ad-libs are something that I'm evolving in and getting better at, and it's never been a strong suit of my music. So when I go to the studio, I like to get feedback on ad-libs, and I kind of ask questions like, I'll record a verse and then we'll play it back, and I'll bounce feedback off the studio engineer and say, what do you think about this ad-lib? What do you think about that? Or do you have any ideas about how to fill this space in the verse and sometimes they might not have anything different than what I've done, but sometimes they might have an idea I never even thought of that could enhance the song. So just be open-minded when you go in the studio. It's not a knock on you as an artist. Ultimately, the studio engineer wants you to have the greatest song you can have, because not only does it reflect well on you as an artist, it reflects well on the studio engineer. And so if they're just letting you go in there, and if you're working in a studio and the studio engineer is not trying to give you constructive criticism or trying to give you advice, then that studio engineer is just in it for the money and does not care about you as an artist and does not care about their portfolio of music. So just lighten up a little bit. Lighten up when you go in the studio. That space should be collaborative, and just be open-minded, guys, because you never know. Like I've had songs do a complete just 180 off of some advice that my engineer just gave me in the moment, and I tried it, and it just blew my mind. And then there's other times where they've given advice and I've tried it and I just wasn't feeling it. And then there's also been times when they've given advice and we've compromised and we've come up with a third option. So be open-minded, and most importantly, listen to your studio engineers. They know what the fuck they're talking about. So It's O.D.D.I.T.Y. Thank you guys for tuning into the craft. Let me know in the comments what you think about this, and tag your studio engineers in this. Have them share it, because I know that they feel me on this, because it can be boring to just sit in there and listen to a garbage ass session knowing you could have helped, but you know the artist is just stubborn. So thanks for tuning in. Catch you next episode.